Ross Coulthart says that Israel has a UFO program. That's right. Ross Coulthart has been talking on News Nation, as he does, and he says that there is indeed a program that Israel has. So let me play this clip first, and we'll talk about the said clip afterwards. Here it is.
There is a program working with retrieved non-human technology right now in the United States. And one of the reasons they're so secretive about it is because the Russians and the Chinese have exactly the same program. And as David Grush told me in his interview nearly 2 years ago, David referred to the fact that there is a Cold War going on. There is a fight between adversary nations, Russia, China, and the United States. And I suspect, nobody's saying this publicly yet, but I'll say it, Israel. I suspect that these countries are all involved in a battle to secure the knowledge behind retrieved non-human technology.
I'll tell you what, this is one of those things. It's just a new country that's kind of thrown in with the other ones that we've heard a million times over, right? Russia, China, the United States all have reverse engineering programs. They're all testing. They'll have non-human stuff. It's all the race to who gets the information out first. It's been years upon years upon years that this has been going on. And now Israel's also another one that has been thrown in there. I'll tell you what, if this is true in general, that all these countries know that there's indeed this Cold War going on to see who's going to do it first, it really makes me hate the human race in general, if that's the case. Like, if the world leaders know that there is actual, non-human life, and that we have an answer as a species, not as countries, but as a species, that we all could answer together to essentially unify the world if we wanted to. The selfishness and the arrogance in one country trying to be the ones who do it to better the country is so insignificant in the grand scheme of things if all of the things are correct and you believe that it's non-human intelligence, and that if every country knows that, okay, we actually can figure out together what the meaning of life is, because the fact is we're all human beings. We're all the same species. We just happen to, through our ancestors, be, whether we come over to certain places, born in certain places, wind up ending up in different countries and being loyal to those countries because that's where we are. That's what we do here on this world because that's what we know on this world. If we know that, if we knew from other countries that, hey, wait a minute, there's so much more. Let's put this petty nonsense to the side and try to figure out how the rest of the human species for generations to come will survive with knowledge that we can find out together. But instead, and I don't want to be start singing Kumbaya here, but I'm just saying, instead we want to keep blowing each other up and doing the same stuff that we do. I'm saying if you have the type of knowledge that you do, if you're any country and look, the honest thing is, there's non-human beings and there's spacecraft and there's other things that we could figure out together. Let's do that. Let's have a meeting. That would change the world dramatically. It doesn't matter. You can say, okay, the main story is that Israel has a UFO program also. And guess what? They're not the only ones. I mean, minus, the ones that we already know. There's other countries too, I'm sure. But it's just like, this story makes me sad more than anything else if it is indeed true. This is a sad state of affairs in general. It's like this race for the country. This is not going to the moon. This is something completely different. This could be something that could make every little problem that we think is a big problem so insignificant. But yet they don't, and they squabble, and they do all this other crap. And it's just, it's disheartening. But then again, the other side of it is none of this is actually true. So they're going through their stuff, and people are reporting on the fact that other countries have reverse engineering programs, and it's not reverse engineering programs of alien technology. It's advancement of certain technology that somebody developed, whatever country it was, and we're trying to get to it first as a country. Okay, that's different. Someone broke through. One of our scientists broke through and figured out anti-gravity in the way that Oppenheimer, figured out the atoms and everything too, and how ultimately makes made the atom bomb, and then he was able to do what he did, and Germany was trying to get to it first and all that, and maybe it's the same thing here, right? That some scientists came up with the formula of anti-gravity. They've been testing out technology, and other countries got a hold of it. Now they're trying to get to it also. And then somewhere down the line, someone said, oh, you know what it actually is? It's alien craft. Oh, it is it? It's otherworldly stuff. And meanwhile, it's not. So you just got to shrug your shoulders at this point and say, I don't know. Okay. Israel has a UFO program. It's not. Attack Peter was on a show the other day, and he was talking about this subject, right? And he's just talking about how, like, you get into this spot where most people who are following this topic, they really want to go, let's go. What do you got? But these are the kind of stories that we're covering here, right? Is that guess who might have a program? Guess who might have this? Guess who might have that? There's no definitives. Now, the other story that we'll be covering tomorrow is Skywatcher released that footage that they said they were going to, and we'll get into that tomorrow morning about the jellyfish one, the Tic Tac one, and is that enough to move the needle? We'll discuss it. So, all right, that's what we got here today. Thank you guys for joining us on the show. I appreciate you. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, do all that. And if you want to help the channel out, you want to help this channel grow, a way to do that is check out our sponsors. And I'll tell you today, I'm really excited to tell you about our sponsor here today. And I think I've told you guys once before about ExpressVPN. And if you haven't gotten them, you're going to want them. And I'm going to tell you about them right now. All right, here we go. This is ExpressVPN. See you tomorrow. How did you choose which internet service provider to use? The sad thing is that most of us have very little choice because ISPs operate like monopolies in the regions that they serve. Then they use this monopoly power to take advantage of customers, data caps, bandwidth throttling, the list goes on. But worst of all, ISPs have the ability to keep a log of every website that you visit, and so can a ton of other third parties, unless you use ExpressVPN. Now, I think this is why everyone needs to use ExpressVPN, because with third parties, the problem is they see everything that you're looking at. It doesn't matter. Even if you're in incognito mode, they can check it out. The internet service provider, the mobile network provider, the admins of your Wi-Fi network, everything. School, boss, parents, all that stuff. ExpressVPN reroutes 100% of your traffic through secure encrypted servers so third parties can't see your browsing history. It's the best. It is really a great VPN. It's easy to use because you can just fire up the app and you just click one button and get it protected. Hide your IP address makes it very difficult for third parties to track your online activity. Everybody is using VPN and everybody's using ExpressVPN because it's rated #1 by the top tech reviewers like CNET and The Verge. So for me, it's on the plane. It's in the airport. That's when I'm using it. And it's always something that I like to do. And I also, if I'm going to be using it to stream things out of the country, things that I can't access here, I'm using ExpressVPN. So protect your online privacy today. Use expressvpn.com/DTE. That is expressvpn.com/DTE. And you can get an extra 4 months free. expressvpn.com/DTE.